Oh my goodness, you've caught me reading reading this. I haven't bought a copy of the Daily Mail for about 15 years, ever since I learnt that I wasn't in fact, ever since I met my birth mother, who claimed that my birthday was not the 12th of May, and that I realised that astrology was a waste of time. But today I went into the shop with my mask on, and I saw this headline, and I was really looking for something about Tom Daley, because, congratulations, Tom, on getting a gold finally. But here's another pretty headline. Isn't that extraordinary? She's so desperate to detract attention, to remove attention from that headline she got the end of last week saying that the police had no confidence in her. So she's got Boris to bail her out and command a new headline today. And this idea, make clean your streets. No, it's just another old idea repurposed, as indeed the police have complained. In fact, she did it in here. This is the article she wrote. I think the idea of Priti Patel actually penning an article is about as believable as the idea that Prince Harry is going to write his autobiography by October. If ghosting is good enough for the prince, it's good enough for Priti Patel, I suppose. So who knows who in her department penned that article, but I do not believe that Priti Patel, could actually string 3 words together in a sentence. Now, so the police have complained. The police continue to complain about her. They say this is just another old idea she's plucked out of the cupboard. And it's simply a way to deflect attention from the headline that she got last week. And that they have no confidence in the Home Secretary, in their boss. They have no confidence in their boss. So she writes, and she's not seen. And is not even sure that she's the one who's doing the writing. If the ghost is good enough for Harry, as I say, the ghost is good enough really for Priti Patel, the Dalek. It's extraordinary. It's rather like, so if you cannot see a Dalek, maybe it's like a sort of vampire Dalek. Wasn't there a thing, The Legacy of the Daleks, when the first attempt to revamp Doctor Who with McGann in America? Wasn't there? I think there was something about the idea of a vampire Dalek. Well, if the idea of a vampire Dalek is in my imagination and I haven't seen anything about it, here's the opportunity. I am Priti Patel. I am a vampire Dalek. I cannot be seen in the daylight. I will be destroyed by the sun. I will be... and all this idea about racial purity. Foreigners, go out! Foreigners, go out! We do not want you! We will zap you! Zap you! So, Priti Patel, vampire Dalek, and her plan. What Boris has called her plan. What Boris has called a high-vis chain gang. To show that punishment is happening. How ridiculous is this? The Metropolitan Police say not only do they not have confidence in Priti Patel, but they also don't trust this government. And yet Priti Patel says, from day one, I will always back the police. I have your back. I'm coming along behind you. Do not turn round. I will zap you. I have your back. And this is really with reference to a thing called the Covenant. The Covenant, which is about welfare, safety and support for the police, but clearly with miserly pay. And today this comes out on a day when we've got the Lambeth report, which shows that the historical problems in social services have an impact today. And we question whether or not we can learn from what happened in the past and change the future. So we have to ask, does public shaming work? Has it ever worked in the past? Has it ever worked that people in high-vis jackets doing tasks in public to feel shame and to do things which we need, does this ever really work? And we go back to all those ideas in the late 19th century about prison reform. We know that community sentences can reduce reoffending, but public work gangs, there's little evidence that anything positive comes out of that. They don't even get the job done. The public, there is no evidence that the public actually feel more confident seeing people in high-vis jackets along the side of the street doing some meaningless painting. The bollards you're walking past are wet and sticky, and you've got paint all over you, and you touch them accidentally. We don't have any confidence when we see these high-vis chain gangs that crime is actually being addressed and that these people will in fact change because of their shame. Actually, what we know works is behavioural therapy and targeted social support. We know that works. So this is more about the PPPP, the public perception of Priti Patel. It's not really about getting things done. It's not really about solving crime, and it's not really about sorting out the problems in the Home Office. It's about PPPP, the public perception of Priti Patel. There will be a public perception of Priti Patel. There is only one public perception of Priti Patel. And that is of a mindless being encased in some sort of robotic machinery that will eventually be doomed by a visit from Doctor Who. We cannot, I just don't think we can wait for the arrival of the next series. The Doctor needs to take action now. Priti Patel, the only headline that I think can command any respect at the moment in any newspaper, even the Daily Mail, is Priti Patel's resignation. So we look forward to that as fast as possible. So look, please do follow my channel and ping that bell. I'm going to have tea. Oh, this is another tea with Tim. Do you like the cozy? It's specially knitted with a button. It's a cardigan for it. It's a cozy cardigan. Yeah. Anyway, have fun. Bye bye.